I'm Dr. Alyssa Alcorn from the School of Psychological Science at the University of Bristol. The thing I've liked most about Crucible is that a lot of it has felt really fun, actually. There has also been space for reflection and sometimes some challenging questions, but we don't always necessarily have a lot of fun in academia, or don't necessarily value having fun and sort of playing around. And I feel like it's really kind of giving people permission to do that, and especially to have fun that's not necessarily instrumental. And I think that's just really important, to give people permission to sort of explore new ideas and make new connections, and not necessarily be mandating that it has to have an output right now, that it might be more about looking ahead, or also just thinking more holistically about what it is like to be a researcher and what kind of researcher you want to be, and not take it deathly seriously every moment. So it's been great to have permission and space to have fun. My research has to do with the neurodiversity paradigm, and this is a viewpoint on human neurocognitive diversity that says that these differences exist naturally, and that there's not one style of cognition that is better than another kind. So it's a very different viewpoint than a pathologizing viewpoint that's focusing on deficits. And I'm interested in both how people are understanding and sometimes using or not using this paradigm now, but also how we can use this as a tool to potentially change practice and services. And a lot of my work has focused on schools and neurodiversity knowledge and implications of the paradigm in educational settings. So right now, a significant number of the children and young people in the education system, and in higher education as well, are neurodivergent. We might be looking at maybe about a fifth, maybe even more, of people who are not following the kind of dominant style of cognition and information processing. And many of them are having a terrible time in education because there's not a good fit between their needs and the environment and what other people know. So part of the purpose of using the neurodiversity paradigm and trying to intervene in people's knowledge and attitudes is to make educational environments more accepting and also a better fit for people's needs. I really liked that Crucible has a very interdisciplinary focus. I've always been an interdisciplinary researcher, and it can sometimes be a bit difficult and also tiring to feel like you're constantly climbing in and out of different boxes or over different fences between different disciplines. So I was like, this is a space that's really about doing interdisciplinary stuff, having interdisciplinary conversations. And that was really exciting, to have that dedicated space to meet other people who had those interests, and where we might talk about some of the challenges sometimes of being a researcher who is working across multiple disciplines. So each Crucible has a theme, and I would say feel free to try to interpret that theme as best fits whatever you do, as long as it's a theme that does interest you in some way. I come from psychology, which is not necessarily the first disciplines people think of when they think about creative societies and cultures, but was able to tell a really good story about how my work and my interests do connect into that. So I would say, even if you see that the theme maybe doesn't immediately look like an obvious fit for what you do, if you're interested in the program, to spend a little more time thinking about sort of creatively putting the theme together with what it is that you do or are interested in doing in the future.